So today we're going to take a look inside a political movement in Uganda. We're going to use the words of its own supporters to really understand what their reality is like. We'll get into their motivations, what they say they're up against, and their actual plans for what comes next, all coming directly from their own accounts. Let's dive in. So right off the bat, this is the message you hear coming from the streets. It's just a statement of pure, unwavering determination. But, to really get where that kind of strength comes from, you first have to understand what they say they're pushing back against. One supporter put it in a really stark way. They described the situation as so dangerous, so perilous, that there are countless reasons to just walk away. So let's break down what they're actually talking about. What are these dangers? So what people are describing here is this climate of just intense, constant pressure. Supporters say they're being hounded relentlessly, subjected to physical violence. They're talking about things like sound bombs being used to create chaos. And they even allege that security forces are getting illegal orders to torture people. I mean, you can imagine that's an incredibly tough environment to be in. And this is where the framing gets really interesting. A supporter actually puts a number on it, saying there are 99 reasons for us to give up because it's dangerous. And look, this isn't just some random number they threw out. It's a really powerful way to communicate the sheer volume of risks they feel they're facing every single day. Let's break a few of those down. First up, there's direct physical violence. Supporters talk about being beaten left, right, and center. Then you've got the use of things like tear gas to break up any gatherings.
On top of that, they also mention being hit with pepper spray, another tool they say is used to suppress them.
And this is where it really escalates. The most extreme threat they talk about is the use of live bullets. We're talking about a situation where they feel like their lives are literally on the line every single day. Okay, so if you've got 99 reasons to stop, 99 reasons telling you this is just too dangerous, what could possibly be that one reason to keep going? What could possibly outweigh all of that risk? Well, the answer they give, it's not about politics or strategy, it's something way more fundamental. And this slide, it really just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have all those physical dangers we just talked about, beatings, tear gas, bullets. And on the other, the reason they keep going. And it's not a list, it's this single, powerful emotional force made up of love, motivation, support, and solidarity. And that's a really interesting choice, right, to frame it this way. It's like they're saying, you can throw all this physical force at us, but our emotional resolve is stronger. And they say it right out loud. They don't just call it a feeling, they call it fuel. It's like the engine that keeps the movement running, the thing that lets them endure all that opposition. But it's not just about emotion. There's also this really strong belief in a vision for the future. When a supporter was asked, why Bobi Wine, they pointed to his ideology, and they defined it as something concrete, a plan that actively secures your future. So you've got this mix of deep, personal emotion and a very practical, forward-looking goal fueling them. Okay, so we have the why. Now let's get into the how. How does all this motivation turn into an actual plan on the ground? Well, given the high stakes, supporters lay out a very, very clear approach. So here's the 3-step plan they lay out. Step 1, participate in the elections. Go to the polls, cast their votes. Then step 2, and this is key, they say that no matter what the official results are, they will raise their flag. And from there, step 3, they march. March to government buildings, the State House, Parliament. And this is the part they are absolutely insistent on. The supporter we're drawing from actually says it twice for emphasis. Non-violently. I repeat, non-violently. This isn't just a suggestion. It's presented as the absolute core of their entire strategy. It's non-negotiable. So when you put it all together, what you're seeing here, based on their accounts, is this classic showdown. You've got a movement that says its entire strategy is built on determined, massive, nonviolent action. And on the other side, you have the power of the state, which they claim is using force against them. And that leads to a really fundamental question. And that brings us right here to the big, unresolved question at the heart of all this. The sources really highlight this clash between the movement's resolve and their nonviolent strategy against what they describe as violent suppression. It really makes you think about this timeless question of political change. When a nonviolent movement confronts state power, what ultimately tips the scale? Is that sheer will, that belief, enough to overcome the machinery of the state? That's the question we're left with.